Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
And I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo isn't really fighting for anything more than his status in this league as a starting quarterback. And that's valuable. And we've said that plenty of times because, no matter what you think, it's clear Trey Lance is here to be the starter. They didn't bring him here to beef up the quarterback room. This is a guy who has to really put it all out on the line in camp, play really well in the preseason, and play as well as he can in the regular season so he can be a commodity next year or be a commodity at the trade deadline, however the 49ers want to look at it. So he is playing for his starting quarterback title in this league. And that's valuable. That is something that is worth something. There's been guys who, are high-end backups who continue to have long careers, but being known as a starter, maybe even somebody who's a bridge guy at 30, like Andy Dalton still sticks around. Andy Dalton continues to get jobs. He needs to start thinking of himself in that way. Is there a world that he pushes his way into top 12 status? Sure. Realm of possibilities, it's in there. It's not something I'm banking on, but a starting quarterback is valuable. Bridgewater has still found jobs and he's still around. So it's got to be important that he not only plays well, but just makes it through with no injuries and shows that he's capable of being a starter in this league for one of the top 32 teams. Because, the way that the quarterback position is in this league, things happen fast. Carson Wentz goes from an MVP candidate to being just sent off, and now he has to try to revitalize his career in Indianapolis. I'm not trying to compare him in terms of skills. I'm just trying to compare how quarterback position is viewed and how, I guess the word is, not boom or bust, but it's a seesaw, right? For a little while, while you're known as a starting quarterback, that can go away very fast, and things can change about how you're perceived and your value around the league. So number one has to be Jimmy Garoppolo. This is it right here. This is it. You're going to make your stand either to continue to stay here and maybe even force the 49ers into a weird decision in year two, whether to keep you and maybe not start Trey. But more importantly, just make sure that you put out enough on tape and put enough on the field that you can be considered a starting quarterback, one of the top 32 in the league, and still continue to have that for years down the line.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Jimmy Garoppolo, when he's healthy, is a B quarterback. Not elite, but B. But the problem is he's not healthy. He can't protect himself. He's not on the field enough. So there's so many questions about where his mindset is. It's like, do you want to play football? Why didn't you come back at the end of last season? Would you be okay being a long-term backup? Are you going to be the kind of guy who loses his starting job and fades away? Like, to me, I kind of look at him as Sam Bradford-y. Like, Sam Bradford made a lot of money, was a starting quarterback, got hurt a bunch of times. And then when he was time for him to be a backup, or it wasn't really clear that he was a starting caliber quarterback anymore, he just left. And I think I could see that happening with Jimmy Garoppolo, or I could see him having this triumphant comeback. He's such an enigma. He has a lot to prove the next couple of months.
Absolutely. And again, we don't know what's going to happen. Remember, Washington, they have Ryan Fitzpatrick and Taylor Heinicke over there. From the way that I'm projecting them, I don't suspect that they're going to be high up to get a quarterback. And who knows if even this quarterback class is going to be as loaded as I thought this quarterback class was, or as that everybody else would. So Washington's a team. Pittsburgh, that's been brought to my attention plenty of times on Twitter. Ben Roethlisberger is almost done. They're not going to turn it over to Dwayne Haskins. So it's all dependent on how the season plays out. If Ben Roethlisberger leaves, which we all think he is, then there's a spot in Pittsburgh for him. Washington, it's obviously Chicago's out right now because of Justin Fields. But yeah, I mean, it's really, really important for him to not only play well, but just stay healthy and show people that he's still worthy of that starting caliber label in this league.
Kim says if Jimmy gets a serious injury during training camp or the regular season, his 2021 and 2022 money will be guaranteed. Yeah. All the more reason to trade him as soon as possible.
I didn't know that. That's a scary proposition.